Hey everyone, welcome back to the new Critic, and today we're going to be ranking the Bill and Ted Trilogy. So while you guys are waiting for my Season 3 review of Supernatural, I thought, let me rank the Bill and Ted Trilogy. I mean, after all, I had no initial plans to review or even watch any of these movies, but I did and I fell in love with them. Coming in at number 3 is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy all three of these movies, but there has to be a least favorite, and it's this one. Now, I'm glad that this movie tried to do something a little bit different by doing away with time travel and focusing on a futuristic threat, trying to erase Bill and Ted from existence, and we even get evil robotic versions of Bill and Ted in the process. The movie also introduced Death, who is my absolute favorite character. It also benefited from having a much larger budget, which led to some really cool, elaborate sets and on-set filming. And the last act was fantastic, and it had one of the best classic rock songs I've ever heard. But with all that being said, it is definitely not perfect. The movie isn't as iconic as the first one. It does rely a bit too heavily on the air guitar sequences, which again, I love, but the movie got carried away with that. And some of the visual effects definitely do not hold up. I mean, the practical sets are great and costumes and so on, but there's some visual effects that involve ghosts and they're not particularly good. But putting that all aside, the movie is still fantastic, and I'm glad that it has the cult following it deserves. It's a very underrated sequel. Coming in at number 2 is Bill and Ted Face the Music. Yes, the most recent entry in this franchise was well worth the wait. Not only was it filled with references, homages, and throwbacks to the previous movies, but it also felt like a brand new chapter in the series, and even a great way to close this particular story. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter portray these characters as if they are still the same guys we all knew them as back in the first two movies, as if they've never truly grown up. Their daughters, Billy and Thea, were also fun characters, and the journey they go on is pretty cool as well. It recaptures the fun of the previous movies with its classic deadpan humor, and it's a great movie to lift your spirits during these challenging times. However, where it falls short is the last act. Could have used some fine-tuning, but overall it's still a great experience, and it's definitely one of the best movies of the year. But of course, my number one pick has to be the one that started it all, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The whole concept of two young metalheads going on a journey through time and picking up as many historical figures as possible for their history presentation, as bizarre as it sounds, it ends up being so much fun. Bill and Ted are fun characters, the time periods they go to and the chaos they cause, the classic deadpan humor, the iconic air guitar sequences, and the final act is just the icing on the cake of this masterpiece of an 80s classic. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Bill and Ted Trilogy, and like I said earlier, these are great movies for such a challenging year, and I'm hoping that the rest of the year can be somewhat better. Not just for me, but for the entire world, of course. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Next time we're definitely going to be looking at Season 3 of Supernatural. Please be sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe, and hit the notification icon, and stay safe during this time, and I'll see you soon.